how do you evaluate this year's quarterback class?
Not what it was last year, obviously. I think the jumping off point for Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders and Jaxson Dart, those to me are the three best quarterbacks in this class. I think the jumping off point, no matter who you have as QB1, a lot of people I talk to in the league, it's Cam Ward. Some people, Shedeur Sanders. I haven't heard anyone with QB1 on Jaxson Dart from Ole Miss, but I have heard that the gap between Shedeur and Jaxson is a lot closer than what maybe the public thinks. So with that as the backdrop, and you don't just compare it to last year's draft, but if you were, the jumping off point where you would even feasibly have a conversation, where would this guy's top quarterback go? Let's say, call it Cam Ward. It would probably be 4, but quite honestly, it might be 5. When you get down to what most teams had with Michael Penix, Bo Nix is QB5, QB6 in last year's class. So there's a few really potential starting quarterbacks in this class. It's not what it was a year ago, but I think Cam Ward specifically, if in the right opportunity, developed by the right coach, he has the best tools. He's more mobile than Shedeur. He has a stronger arm than Shedeur. But Shedeur is more, I want to say, refined and processes quicker at this point and understands the passing concepts better and he's the best pure passer in this class. But with Shedeur, you've got kind of an average arm, just average mobility, and it's a tendency in the pocket to put himself at a lot of risk. And he's tough and he's been durable, but he takes a lot of sacks. He has a lot of negative plays, and that's a concern that teams are kind of working through as well. And then with Jaxson Dart, there's no elite trait where you look at him out here, it's not their strongest arm, but he's got a strong arm. He's not, he's certainly not Lamar. He's not Jalen Milroe on the practice field moving around, but he's mobile. He's absolutely a weapon when you need to run him. So he's good in every area. I think the reason why Jaxson Dart, as we get closer, is going to start to climb is he's been through so many battles in the SEC. He's unbelievably competitive, very calm. He doesn't get rattled very easily. And you see a guy who went from in 2023 to a little bit more of a system quarterback, run-heavy offense, kind of took his shots to he was carrying his team this past year and making a lot more NFL throws than I remember seeing from him on the field for a couple games live and watching his tape in 2022 and 2023. So I think as we get closer, Jaxson Dart's name is going to start to climb up the ladder. And
then just, last one for you here. It's a tough question to ask and put you in a position, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm making you Deion Sanders. Congratulations, Todd.
Okay.
And you would want Shedeur to land where? Knowing the coach there, we don't know some of the coordinators yet, but, I don't know if Tennessee's going to go in that direction, but there's Brian Callahan. The Cleveland Browns clearly have Deshaun Watson whenever he comes back, but there's Stefanski sitting there. The Giants have got Malik Neighbors and a coach and general manager that has been told by the owner, you better do it this year. You've got Pete Carroll in Vegas with Tom Brady in the front office. The Jets at 7. Where do you want him winding up if you're Deion?
Not with the Jets at 7. I would say the two that jump out to me, I think there's more rebuilding in Tennessee. Cleveland has struggled to get it done with the quarterback for a long, long time. I think the Giants with Brian Daboll, I think if you go back and look at his history, he can coach quarterbacks. He just hasn't had one. And I've known that for a long time with Daniel Jones, and he got the most out of Daniel Jones he could get. But Brian Daboll can flat out coach quarterbacks. So that is one of the spots that I would say if I'm Coach Prime. The other would be the Raiders, because we're all seeing it now. Tom Brady's going to be intimately involved, and I want that guy around my son like he was last summer. Reports are true. Spending some time with Shedeur, and I want him involved in the process of developing my son as a quarterback. So those would be the two places right now that I think if I was Deion Sanders, I would say those are the two of the 6 teams in the top 10 that are looking at quarterback by my estimation. Those are the two that I would want the most.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.